Interrupt our normal programming to take you live to the demolition of Ramsar sites, where my colleague Fred Duho is there for us and following that beat. Let's join him live. He's speaking to some of the people in authority, the stakeholders in authority.
If you listen to anybody from anywhere, you have been assigned by your police commander to undertake an assignment. So you report back to your police commander. So if an imposter has called that, I'm calling from police headquarters, so go out of that site, and you also oblige. It means that somebody has not done his work.
Yeah, are we seeing the demolition of, the last time we came we saw pulling down of just fence walls. Today are we seeing just fence walls, we are seeing structures, proper structures?
Structures, all structures will go down.
What land size are we talking about here, and give us some, fair idea?
The forestry, they are here, so they can give us the land size. Where is it? So the forestry is here. Engineer.
Yes. My name is Engineer Richard Ben-Debra, Head of Works for Tema West Municipal Assembly. Richard Ben-Debra, Head of Works, Tema Municipal Assembly, Tema West Municipal Assembly.
Okay. So forestry, forestry is here.
There was a question as to the land size in question. The land size we are talking about is 8.23 hectares, and that forms about 52% of the total land size within the Sakumo Ramsar site, which is 13.6 square kilometers.
We know of the core zones.
The core zone is the 8.23 I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
And all the structures here fall within the core zone.
So this one we are going to.
Yes.
With forestry, I'm struggling to get a question to ask though, but when these buildings or structures are pulled down, do you intend to, plant trees, ensure that the place become a better ecology?
We would have to first take care of the debris and then prepare the grounds for planting. Currently, this year, Green Ghana is on board, so we can easily zoom in and plant trees. Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking.
My name is Thomas Aqua, the site manager.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. So you just heard some major stakeholders that just spoke to us, starting with the Greater Accra Regional Minister, and a number of stakeholders are present on the ground. I think let's start with Mayor.
Let's start with
Nadmo. Well, your full name and the role you are playing in this whole exercise.
My name is Dr. Joseph Bikanyukuyon. Nadmo is involved in this exercise because we all know if these Ramsar sites are encroached upon, the repercussions that comes with it. What it means is that water will not find its way into where it's supposed to be. And so it will stray into where it shouldn't be, people's homes, and destroy property and sometimes lives. That is when Nadmo is called in. So we want to be part of this exercise to ensure that as much as possible we are able to prevent flooding in Accra. And that is the beginning of it, to ensure that places that are supposed to be cleared for water to have its way are cleared, so that we don't continue to have this flooding. Almost every year happens, and we look on. Property and life are destroyed. So today is the beginning of the exercise. It's not going to end here like the minister said. It's the whole country. We are just starting from here. We will get to every point in Accra where water is supposed to be and people have encroached and developed. Every water basin will be preserved this time around. Like the forestry man said, we are not pulling down to get away. We ensure that the greening is done so that such sites are preserved for the purpose of ecology.
Your name again?
All right. Thank you for speaking to us. Yes, we are moving to who next? all the stakeholders are taking things to address the press and on issues that really matter as far as the mayor. Let's just have you briefly to speak to us. So we have the.
We're doing this exercise on
his turf. Okay. First, introduce yourself to us, and then give us the role you are playing.
Well, so my name is Ludwig Tema, the MCE for Tema West, and as you are all aware, this site falls under my jurisdiction, under the Tema West municipality. I've had brief from my engineers, and like my engineer said, all the structures here is clearly on waterways. We all saw the havoc that was caused by the rains just last week. Everyone was asking, how come this amount of rainfall can cause this level of havoc? It's because of structures like these. My engineer stated again clearly, there is no permit granted to any of the structures here. Why do we continue to do this to ourselves? When the rain falls, because of these structures, it affects even those other areas which have been properly permitted. So we all need to help ourselves, we all need to be involved, and we all need to be watchmen wherever we are. We have been told not to build on waterways. Let us just go according to the law, and we'll all sleep in peace. Next time when rain falls, we'll all not be running out of our homes. Our homes are places we are supposed to be seeking shelter, not places we are supposed to be running away from. So if we are here today, this will not be the last. I would make sure my engineers are on site. There will be others who will be supervising and spying at regular intervals to make sure that these structures will not come up again. The minister clearly said, the last time we were here, we are coming here today and we are surprised this was the same location we were the last time we were here. That means they did not listen to us. They decided to go against the rules to still continue to build on the waterway. This cannot continue, and this will surely not be the last.
I want to thank you for speaking to us. That is Mr. Totime Tema West, right? The Tema West MC who just spoke to us. But we are going to get a number of other stakeholders to engage on this whole issue. Well, so the earth-moving machines just arrived. We've seen 2 of them so far, and they are moving to site at the moment to do the clearing. We understand this particular location was where the minister and her delegation came the very last time, but I mean, surprise to them, they realized that these individuals moved in again to erect the structures. So they are in today with a number of military personnel, national security stakeholders within RECSEC, the MC from Tema West, the mayor of the Tema municipality, and a number of police officers who are presently on the ground to be part of this exercise to clear every structure that is on waterways. We are told again that a number of other presidential appointees will be present on the ground, and so this exercise just began. It is already 12 noon, and it is expected that this exercise is going to take a very long while, but we are going to follow them to wherever they are going and also bring you some exclusive interviews with the mayor, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, and then other people who matter in this whole exercise. For a second, I want to speak with the Greater Accra Regional Minister to give us some further details on this whole conversation. So Well, you have taken up the president's directive with a certain level of seriousness, and a number of people are seeing it and applauding you for what you are doing generally. But then again, speaking to us earlier, you said you were here the last time. To your surprise, the structures are up again. What do you think went wrong?
That was a question I just asked my engineers and then the Forestry Commission, and they explained that sometimes when they come here, there are land gas here, and they are also not, they don't have the weapons, to fight them back. And so when they get to that, they have to leave. And so I think that is a challenge. And so if we can talk to the police, so that each time they are coming, they will assist them, so that this land gas will not disturb them. I think that's the issue. They just told that the challenges they are facing.
For RECSEC, you have the military, almost all the security apparatus right under your authority. And so where did we slip?
No, it's the, yes, aside the RECSEC, this is district basis. And so we are here at Tema West. And so this is Tema West. And so we cannot bring people from Accra to come and fight here. And that is why the MC also has his own responsibilities. And obviously the MC was just sworn in. And so he just assumed office about 2 weeks ago. And so that is why we've tasked. Yesterday you saw us, engaging all the MCs to make sure that these are some of the issues I want them to tackle for us. And so we are going to put a task force in place, and so that they can fight this for us. And we are not only looking beyond demolition, there should be a prosecution as well. And so when we pull down the building and notice that it's been raised, we know the owners, not that the assembly knows the owners very well. And so there will be prosecution as well.
A number of stakeholders are present on the ground. We see Nadmo, and to my surprise, Forestry Commission. Well, because this is a Ramsar site, but what role do you really want them to play in this whole exercise?
In fact, like you said, Nadmo has its own role to play, because when it comes to flood, Nadmo is responsible. People will be expecting this compensation. It should come from Nadmo, so they are actively involved in this aspect. Forestry, like you said, this reserve site, they are responsible. They are to make sure that the reserve site, they take care of it. This is Green Ghana, they have to plant trees here. And so they are also here to make sure that the right thing is being done. And the mayor as well, the MCs, they are all here. And so just after today's exercise, we are going to tax them. And we don't want to come back and see the structures raised again. We want to make sure that each time we come, like the demolition exercise in Accra, there are task forces around and they are policing the entire place. And so they should get us with police escort. It shouldn't be only the task force, because when they come here, they are not armed. And so when the land guards are, what can they do? They cannot do anything. So the land guards, the task force that will be formed, they should give them police escort. Each time they come, 24 hours, there should be police escort, and so that they can help them, take care of the place for us.
It is one thing the president addressing the nation and saying that he feels that the structures must be demolished. That is on a national level. Yeah. But speaking to you directly, how passionate is he about all these things that are happening on the Ramsar site? He's
very passionate as far as life is concerned. And yeah, recently the flooding, I don't know whether you heard, a lot of lives were lost. And yes, 4 of them. So it should be something that we should take it. We should own this exercise. As far as lives are being involved, properties, as I'm speaking, there are a lot of people who are even out. We've given them some place to stay in the interim. So we have to actively get involved and make sure that the right thing is being done. The fact that we have places that we don't experience flooding doesn't mean that we shouldn't be concerned. We are concerned, not individual, but the larger picture is what we are looking at.
How did you deal with the traditional leaders who say you were demolishing their shrine some few weeks ago? How did you deal with that situation?
They are very much aware they don't have permits. And when I engage them in my office, I ask, do you have permits? Who gave you the land? They couldn't explain. And so if a place is Ramsar, no one is above the law.
But the ghost also needs a place to stay.
The ghost needs a place. The fact that we demolish a structure doesn't mean that we've affected that god. The structures should work for us. So, and I believe when the entire Greater Accra got flooded. I mean, they've witnessed what happened, and so they should understand us. Yeah.
To what extent would this exercise last today?
Today we are looking at the whole day. We have to make sure that as many as possible buildings should be down. I mean, right from today, the entire building here should go down, and then from here we'll go to Klagon to Tema to Medina, Adenta, and then Kotobabi. We are going to end at Kotobabi. Yeah.
So the people over there, they should just prepare for all this coming.
Aware. In fact, there has been an engagement, and they are very much aware of this exercise. And some of the buildings, you notice, they are stop work, and they are still continuing with the buildings. So they've been warned already. So it shouldn't be like we are wicked. Not that we are wicked, but we just want to do the right thing so that everybody will be safe. Yeah.
Maybe lastly, aside clearing structures on Ramsar site and waterways, what other priorities do you have for your office regarding Accra generally? Oh,
aside this flooding and demolition, Greater Accra, sanitation is also much of a concern to us. We also decongesting Greater Accra. It's also our priority. Street lighting the entire Greater Accra. It's also one of our projects we are tackling. And so we have a lot to do. And sanitation, we are hoping that hopefully next month, National Sanitation Day should be launched, and so that you notice that we even started with the regional sanitation day, but because they said we should merge both, and that is why we are waiting for the national so that we can merge both. And so sanitation is also our priority, decongesting Greater Accra for easy access of the roads. It's also our priority, and we've started. The mayor has started in Accra. Now we want to bring back the beauty of Accra, and so when you are walking through Accra, you notice, I mean, you've seen it, the entire place is looking beautiful. I mean, after decongesting, we'll beautify the place. We've spoken with what is their name? Parks and Gardens, to beautify the entire place for us, and so that is what.
Thank you very much for speaking to us live on ChannelOne TV. We can't do this without speaking to the mayor.